My name's Jerry Somerset, and I'm from Sparta, Tennessee. I'm 81 years old, and today I feel like 54.
Sometimes in life, you have to take chances, and you have to go after things that you're passionate about, things that get you excited. But what I learned from Jerry is that it's never too late to feel that way and actually make something happen.
From bloggers like you, I spent probably 2 years. I just started watching on YouTube and just kept getting better and better and better until one day I just said, what am I doing sitting here? So I talked to my children. They said, Dad, do it. My only regrets are now that I didn't do it 2 years ago,
Jerry shared a little bit of his life story with me on how he was a factory worker for many years, raised a family, now has 2 grandkids, and lived a pretty simple life. So it really amazed me that he was willing to take this leap of faith at 81 years old to move to the Philippines. But what blew me away even more, Jerry has never traveled anywhere on a plane in his entire life until now.
Never been on a plane before, and I ended up taking, I think, 4 of them to get here, and it was quite the experience. But I was not scared one bit. I was more impressed with flying. It was just fun. It was a long flight, though. I'll guarantee you that. I was fortunate because when I landed in every time I landed, I only had layovers like 15, 20 minutes, and my daughter set up to when the plane landed. They picked me up in a wheelchair and took me to the next destination. I did, and if they wouldn't have done that, I'd have still been in San Francisco because I couldn't have found my way to the next flight, And time I got there, I think the longest layover I had was about 40 minutes. So I was kind of anticipating to when I could do this, how I could do it. And everything just started falling together. I was able to sell my house. I sold everything in the house. When I got here, I had 2 suitcases and a carry-on. And that was and I don't miss anything. I don't miss dusting all my knickknacks that I had. And I don't think I'll ever had knickknacks again, but you don't need much to live over here. I found that out. I was watching all the vloggers, and they was not only telling the good parts, they were telling the bad parts. And one blogger was telling me that if you don't have any patience, don't come to the Philippines. And I said, well, maybe I should think this over because I was very impatient back in States. But I said, no, I can conquer that, which I did when I went to Lee Mall, and I had 5 items in my cart, which took me about 5 minutes to fill up, but it took me 42 minutes to clock out, cash out rather. And I was sitting there and I'm thinking, Jerry, just, come and look around. And I was looking around and everybody standing there in line, there must have been 10 cash registers, and they're all just talking to each other, just as calm and collected could be. And I said, that's it, you can do this. Nope. I turned around and I started talking to a fellow behind me. And when I cashed out, I waited for him to cash out so we could talk another 5 minutes. It was,
It's a mindset, right?
Yeah, it's just a mindset. You're right.
So that was a big part of your decision making, was learning through YouTube. Mm-hmm. What about your family and friends? Talk about that. Was there any hurdles or any convincing that you had to do with them?
Well, when I first told them what my plans were, they said, "Oh, you're crazy. You're never going to do this. You're giving us a bunch of baloney, And I'm thinking, well, maybe they're right. I don't know. But the longer I researched, the more, then I started putting my house up for sale. And they said, are you really going to do this, And it just all put together. And so that was the plan then. I couldn't back down. I was living in a lazy boy chair.
How do you describe the people here overall?
Great. They're very kind, very considerate. Everybody calls you sir. It's just amazing. I can't explain how the people are here and how friendly they are. It's more expectations than I ever had. I didn't think it'd be this good. Well, I don't think there's too much of a culture shock because I was already expecting what I was going to have when I got here. I got here and I adjusted right away to the culture that's here and the people, because they're so friendly you can't help but get along here, And so it's anybody who wants to come here, don't hesitate. You know, it's just a great place to be. I just can't say enough about it.
So some of the things that people worry about is how are they going to get around? Talk a little bit about transportation. How have you been getting around?
Taking the trikes, and that's the experience in one itself, you know. And after seeing them on YouTube going around, I said, "Oh my Lord, I'll be scared to death." But they know how to drive, and I couldn't believe that there's no stop signs, no red lights, and everybody gets around, and nobody yells at anybody. I mean, they pull in front of you. It's like, you know, if they'd been back home, they would have been fist fighting out in the street. You know, here it's just like, oh, all right, let him through, or I'm going to pull in front of this guy. A couple of times I had to shut my eyes, but
what about getting in and out of the trike?
that was it took me a while to learn. I can go in front, but I have to back out because I'm tall, and to get in there, a couple of times I've hit my head, you know. But that's, now that I've learned to get in and out, it's pretty easy now.
Do you get that feeling, or do you feel it's mostly
No,
locals?
I didn't. I really didn't get that feeling. I had heard that also, but I never. And even though I have met the people that were, you know, not from the Philippines, from Australia, England, or whatever, and they were very nice. You know, I finally, you know, didn't see anything that would deter me from meeting the expats. But I definitely want to meet more Filipinos and learn and understand their culture and their language. I would love to meet a young lady, not a young lady, but a lady, you know, considerably older, or not older, but, you know, to where I can grow old with if I had a relationship with her, you know. But that there, and I want to travel. But right now I'm concentrating. I want to go to Bohol, or I want to go to different places around here and learn this area, and then maybe hit some, you know, Australia, Taiwan, maybe Japan. Just go there for a couple, 3 years, just to.
Now that you're on this side of the world.
Yes, just to fill my passport up, you know. Well, I have, like I said, I've been here long enough, and I have not really had the chance to really sit down and talk to someone at the mall or someplace like that. But I hope that in due time I'll be able to sit down and find someone, sit down and converse with them, and meet someone that way, you know. But you know, I'm in no big hurry. I'm just taking one day at a time.
I love it. What are you seeing around town as far as you know, retired foreigners with Filipina girlfriends? What have you observed since you've been around?
I've seen some that I said it amazes me, you know. And I'm not looking for. I've seen some that the guys were probably as old as I am, or 70s, with a girl that couldn't be much more than 28, 30 years old, and I'm looking for someone that older. I mean, I'm not giving up for someone younger, but I don't want somebody that, you know, like I said the other day, being my old as my granddaughter or whatever, you know. But all the brothers said, you know, age makes no difference to the Filipino girls, which is hard to understand because there's so many beautiful girls here. I mean, and the women here, they're just beautiful. Yeah. And you see them with an older man like me, and you say, gosh, you know, maybe it is true that their, you know, age doesn't make a difference, because they looked like they were happy. And I seen like 3 couples like that at the mall, and I said, well, I'd like to meet someone at the mall, but I don't know why, but I just don't see online. You don't know who you're meeting. You could see a beautiful woman. It could be some guy. I don't know. And so I'm looking to meet someone at the mall, or bus stop, or not bus stop, but the trike stop, I guess, or but restaurant, any place, you know. So my options are open. Well, I had watched on YouTube there, and there were some guys, older guys, that moved over here, and the one guy showed him a bag of pills that he don't take anymore. My arthritis in my wrist, I couldn't hardly move my wrist when I left. I couldn't hardly pick up a fork. And now there's no pain whatsoever in them. I don't know why. And my right knee now is, once in a while, like if it rains a little bit, it gets a little aggravated. But it's just, I think that in another month or two, I'll be able to go jogging. I don't know if I'll do it or not, but I mean, this way I'll feel, you know. But I'm going to start getting my walking in. And like I said, I can't wait to get to the beach because I just love the waves and the atmosphere at the beach there. And I think that's going to be quite a health option for me, you know.
You're going to live somewhere.
Might as well live someplace that, you know, that's like I went there with it. I said, if I don't like it, I'll come back. But so far, there's no chance of me even going back. Maybe I'd go back and visit if in 6 months or a year. I might go back, but I have no regrets. Like I said, and it's hard to explain, but to be here, I just feel calm. Everybody here has such a refulgent personality, you know. And it's just amazing. I can't explain it. Now that I'm here, all of my fears are gone. I just enjoy meeting people, talking to the people here, and I just think that everybody that wants to come should give it a chance. You can always turn around and go back, but I guarantee you probably 90% of you won't. Yeah, it's changed 100% to the good. I can't wait to get up in the morning to start a new adventure and see something new, do something different, see something that I've never seen before. And it's amazing. It's just a great feeling to be able to do this.
Whether or not making a move like this makes sense for you, one thing you cannot deny is that often the only thing getting in the way of our goals is our fear and being unwilling to take a leap of faith. So no matter how old you are or what seems to be in the way, Jerry proved that it's not too late to go after something that excites you and fulfills that change or new life adventure that you've been looking for. Thanks, Jerry, for sharing your story, and thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and see you all in the next video.